and RLUSD legislation in the state of New York. Sully, let's get into it. So, we just had Thanksgiving. I know you guys don't celebrate in Britain, but the original people that celebrated Thanksgiving were actually British, as you know, the Pilgrims.
Yeah,
So I want to ask, do
interesting.
you know about the Thanksgiving effect?
Um, Not so much, but unless it's within crypto, then that's what I was thinking of in the world of crypto with Thanksgiving effect. So if I was to take a guess, it would be that people are going out on their family meals with their extended families, and essentially, we talk about a lot of things and one of the topics that tend to happen is talking about crypto. So what that means then is like people are gonna bring up that buzz, and therefore because they've heard about a such and such coin, they're likely to want to invest into it too. And if there's thousands of people around one country that's doing it, then it's gonna likely pump up the price.
Yeah, but it's not just any country. Let's be honest.
Okay.
With regards to a total amount of crypto users, the total amount of numbers, it's India.
Yeah.
In terms of purchasing power parity, that means the amount of just equity that's in crypto in the whole world. The U.S. kills every other country by a landslide. So it's not just that one country doing it. It's the U.S., the crypto powerhouse, doing it at a time when institutions in the United States can also be in the stock market buy into crypto. So I just wanted
Yeah.
to add that to your. So the Thanksgiving effect, in essence, basically is like you said. People talk about crypto. This halving season, we just had a presidential election. Crypto pumped like crazy, and we generally tend to see every 4 years when we have this full phase beginning right after the presidential election, people talking
Of
about
course.
it,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. So we get the next 2 weeks. Let's say, for example, Thanksgiving. It was Thursday, right? It was the 28th. Today's the first. We're already starting to see the beginnings of it. People had extra money. They didn't
Mm,
spend all their money on Black Friday. A lot of people are buying
yeah.
crypto, and then I want to get into that. So I personally believe that Thanksgiving effect is going to last probably until around December 15th. And then you're going to see the slowdown because a lot of banks, a lot of institutions, private equity firms, they tend to slow down. In the US, I can't speak for England. I would assume this is the same. The last 2 weeks,
Mm.
everybody closes their books and basically gets ready to go ham really hard in January, early January. Is that correct?
Yes, it's most likely the case. Yes, early January things start to change a little bit because I don't know how big it is for you guys with the setting up New Year's resolutions and stuff, but I know in the UK people do them and stuff. But obviously, most people don't stick to it, but they tend to be very fired up and stuff in the first month.
It depends which ones, right? Like the ones that like I want to lose 20 pounds that goes down the that after January 15th that goes out the window.
Yeah, or they start
Actually,
really hard in the first month, and then when it comes to they're really enthusiastic the first month, and the second month they're slightly less enthusiastic, and then by month three or month two, they basically sort of quit up on their on their passions really.
yeah,
In
but
my
after
opinion, I
okay,
think people
go ahead.
yeah, in my opinion, people tend to like quit too easily with New Year's resolutions. I mean, that's what it is for the UK. I don't know how it is for
It's
people.
not that much different for the U.S., but off topic, just no plugs in here. But with On Track, every day is New Year's for us. We have daily goals, and me, I always like to say, hey, this January 1st for me is December 1st. This is I start now, so when it's January 2nd or January 1st, I'm like, hey, I'm already meeting my goals already. So I like to start earlier. And again, for us, it's like right away. But I want to get to the XRP craze that's happening right now. XRP is ripping right now. I posted on X
Absolutely.
this morning like an idiot. I was like, "Hey guys, you guys think XRP is going to hit $2 first, or is Bitcoin going to get to 100K?" I guess I was wrong. um,
Mm.
anyway, so are we in alt season? Is we're starting to see the rotation? Basically, instead of Ethereum, we're starting to see XRP to be that second layer of the rotation. People will go from Bitcoin to XRP, and then we're going to go into alt season. Or do you think that this is just something because we have the XRP situation right now with Brad Garlinghouse supposedly going in 60 Minutes tonight, which is one of the biggest shows for people over 60, unintended, in America on Sunday nights, and they traditionally don't invest in crypto. Do you think that's a big factor in it, or do you think there's another factor that I'm not seeing here?
What was that first factor that you said there? Because I was just looking at the
Brad
charts just
Garlinghouse.
then.
Brad Garlinghouse is the Ripple's CEO, and he's going to
Oh
be on
yeah.
60 Minutes
Hmm.
today. This is one of the biggest shows for boomers, people over 60, that they watch every Sunday night before or after football. And basically, that's the show where basically the episode where he's gonna say, "Listen, this is how our pack, fair Fair's I forgot the name of the pack. It was like Fair. Oh yeah, Fair Shake pack, the biggest pack in America this year. Political Action Committee like then donates to campaigns in the U.S. That pack
Yeah.
helped get the most pro crypto Congress elected, the most pro crypto
Mm.
president elected ever. And Brad Garlinghouse is going to talk about how they influence the elections. And he's the CEO of Ripple. Ripple leverages the XRP technology.
Oh wow.
That's
So
factor one. Factor two is supposedly New York State has the hardest regulations for cryptocurrency in America right now, and they're supposed to be getting a license for their RLUSD Ripple Labs or Ripple Ledger stablecoin the fourth, which is Wednesday. So people are talking about those 2 days. Do you think that's a factor, or is there another factor just about the SEC changing with Gary Gensler? What was your opinion on XRP? Because you're a technical analysis guy. I look at trends. There's like
yeah, of
different
course,
kinds of
yeah.
analysis, right? There's trends,
Mm.
technical, and I forget the third kind. But you're more of a technical one. I'm more of a trends one. What was your analysis here?
Yeah. I mean, I can actually show you the charts. To be fair, from what I can see right now. So don't know how well you can see this here. Basically,
Yeah, I can see it.
this all pumped from the 11th of December, and then it pumped again from every week. It just kept on pumping up and up. So I'm not sure what dates those specific events were happening, but I know
But when
obviously
did
since the
XR when did
election.
XRP first start pumping again? When did it hit basically like when it started to basically when it really started pumping like 1 from 50 cents to 70 cents? That was like the day a couple of days after the election, right? Was that around November 5th?
Um, yeah, around November 5th or something. So if I go into the daily right now, it'll give you a better idea. Yeah, it's still in an uptrend, even if it was on. So let's see, November. So no, it didn't go up straight away, but it did say it started to become bullish on the fifth or sixth, and then it slowly was
Fifth or
bringing
sixth, right
up
after the election.
on day. Yeah, not directly, but on day. Yeah, on the 12th of November, it started to bring up then, and then from 12th of November onwards, that's where the changes were occurring.
And did you see a rotation? When did you begin to see the rotation from Bitcoin? Because Bitcoin kind of started to stale out, right? The past like was it the past week and a half? And then you started to kind of see that rotation going into XRP. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, that's
when did you start seeing that?
So in my opinion, I think what might have happened was once people have made their profits from Bitcoin, they have transferred it over um, to XRP as like one of their main tokens that they want to invest in. But it's also the
Why
fact
not?
that
Why not?
the
Why not
CEO.
Ethereum? Why not Ethereum? You could traditionally it's Ethereum, right? It's Bitcoin, then Ethereum,
Mm,
large cap alts, which is XRP is included in that, and then after that it's medium cap alts, and then it's the lower end. Why did they go
yeah.
from Bitcoin, or did they even go from Bitcoin to XRP? Or did they go to Bitcoin to Solana and now to XRP?
Yeah, so they went from Bitcoin, then ETH, and then XRP, which I'll just show you right now as well.
How about Solana?
So,
You're not gonna you have to talk about Solana
oh,
too because
sorry,
Solana had a
so
they have
Solana is one of them as well. Yeah,
so
yeah.
they
So
went
this
from
is the one
Bitcoin to
for
Ethereum.
Ethereum.
So did Ethereum even have a bump? Because Ethereum seems like it's been lagging the past 2 weeks. Or am I wrong? Go ahead.
From the past few days, it has. Okay, the past few weeks. Oh, so it started lagging. If you took it on a week by week basis, it started lagging from the 11th of November, and then it pumped massively on the 18th, and then it did it again this week as well. So, but if you looked at the daily charts, it's a bit gradual. So
Yep.
most of it happened since election day. People sold really hard from until the 14th. It's gone up and down. There a lot of resistance, and then it developed again the following week from Thursday, and then same again on Wednesday. It started pumping up. So it's going to be a very similar trend with Ethereum in that sense, where it's going to grow up really heavily. People are going to sell a lot of it, and then they're going to buy more later on. But with the Solana, I'm going to have a look at that one actually. Oh, that's interesting. Because everything depends on how you assess it, like put on the time frames. But you can see how drastically different it is, can't you, from the daily and the weekly, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because, but yeah, generally speaking, everything from the election time is what caused everything to pump up. But at the moment, there's a bit of a downtrend with Solana at the moment. But I think the reason for that is because people are trading with like meme coins and the other types that they believe in. within the Solana network. So that's the reason why I believe it's gone down a little bit now. But obviously, altcoin season is not over just yet. There is potential it could still grow, in my opinion. But it's just slowed down a little bit just at the
So what did you
moment.
say? You said that altcoin season is not over yet, or Bitcoin season is not over yet. Can you clarify that, please?
So in my opinion, because it's still under Bitcoin season, but it's kind of hard to explain because it's like from what I've seen with the charts, they've all pumped up at the same time where Bitcoin is. So it's one of those where you have to like look into what's actually happening with the news, in that sense, because I believe that what people could have done was um, bought as much as they can for Bitcoin, or just on the top 50, top 10 coins.
Hmm.
Let's say for example, you had 500 USD, you split it between like 200 with what's it called, BTC, then 150 maybe like with yeah, so 200 maybe with like what's it called, Ethereum, and then the rest onto altcoins, like as in within the top 50.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like people. It's very likely like people believe that those are the top ones that are likely to perform, and as they were seeing, like that's what they believe were likely to do well. Those that they invested in.
I'm looking right now too as well. So I just want
Yeah.
your opinion though. Did you expect XRP to flip Solana and market caps today? That kind of shocked me. I mean, we've been talking about it for the past few days. What I'm about to say is not financial advice. 48 hours ago, I actually switched some of my Bitcoin into XRP because I saw this coming. But I
Mm,
didn't see it coming not to this amount. I maybe thought I was going to hit $2, but I know it was going to hit $2.17. And then some exchanges in the U.S., Coinbase, believe it was like at 223, and people were talking that was going to
yeah.
tether USDT, which if you would have told me that 2 days ago, I would have thought you were crazy. But right now,
Mm,
XRP is at 124 million, 124 billion
yeah.
around, and Tether at 134 billion. The way it just flipped, because literally this morning, 6 hours ago, XRP was at 109 billion. Now it's 123 billion. If that keeps trending the way it's trending, technically it could hit Tether.
Yeah.
It could surpass Tether by tomorrow at this time, which is kind of crazy. What do you think about that? In market cap, not obviously in price. Tether is a stable coin. It doesn't change in price.
Yeah, I mean, potentially it could happen because what I just noticed there is it was like a long wick that happens. It's like a candle, and in between is like a wick from there. So it's like it was like a slight pullback. So it went up to here
Yeah.
a little bit there, and you see the same thing with when you're on the weekly too, where it goes down just a little bit, but slowly going up. Um, Yeah, I mean, I'm so very surprised with how much it has grown just in the past day or two. It is actually been performing really well. But yeah, in terms of your market cap, you are correct about that. Where it has actually increased quite a lot based on that information.
Okay. So now
So
I need you to pull up H bar. H bar is the again not financial advice. It's the only cryptocurrency, to my knowledge, or at least the only cryptocurrency in the top 100 that
yeah,
does not utilize blockchain technology. It is not blockchain based technology. It just is a cryptocurrency. So obviously, I invested in it a long time ago just because I thought it was cool technology, like the half graphs and all the proof of history stuff. We're not gonna get too technical,
mm,
but tell me how the heck how is XRP? Okay, I understand XLM. XLM is the team, right? People that left XRP, they left Ripple, and they're like, we're going to do our own thing for smaller payments. We get that. Now
yeah,
Hedera. Why is Hedera number 22 and it's about to break its top 20? H bar. Pull that up for me. Technical analysis, please, if you can.
yeah. Let's have a quick look at that one then. So if I go into CoinGecko right now, what's that one called again? That you
H
said
bar.
is
H
it
E D E R A. H bar. The ticker is HBAR.
okay?
Ticker
H bar. Okay,
HBAR.
let me just
Yeah.
type that in.
I need you to look at that for the past 6 months for me,
Is
and
it
give me
the
an analysis.
is it Hedara? Is it called
Yeah,
like a
Hedera.
ledger or
Yes,
something?
Hedera. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
ledger. Yeah. Show me the 6 months the screen out. Don't worry, we're gonna get better technology
Yeah.
for all this
So
stuff in the future.
yeah. So
Give me,
so I'm
give
on
me the 6 months.
to
Give me the
the
6 months screen out. And
Yeah.
give tell
Uh,
me why did it go from like under one? I think it was like 0.01 or something, right? And it looks like it's number 22 now. It's about to hit 22 cents.
so
Explain that
point
one to
zero
me.
one five was when it pumped quite a lot with the Bitcoin before. So it was going up to the price right now. It's a 0.211. So it has actually doubled in price, even if you to just hold on from this price here. Um, Personally, I don't really know too much about this coin in itself, but from what I can see, though, in terms of circulating supply, there obviously is about 50 million here, and they've used about 838 million. So, and in terms of trading volume, like daily, is about 2 billion, I think. Hold on a minute, not million actually. So
Mhm.
it's in the billions. Oh wow!
Yes,
So
yeah, that's
there
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
large.
That make that it went from being like worth 100 million something to 8 billion, and I was like, I look at it, I'm like, whoa, what the heck's going on here? So I'm trying to figure out like if you can even analyze that. But I know it makes no rational sense if it's TradFi, but in our
Yeah.
crypto brain, in your crypto brain, can you tell me what's going on?
Um, to be honest with you, it's one of those that it's a bit hard for myself to say because obviously it's not one of the tokens that I know very well. But it is. I mean, if I just show you like let's say the month's chart right now, literally is an upward trend.
Look at that
Um,
chart. Look at that chart. That's a god candle.
yeah,
That's a god candle, bro. Right? If anything like a god candle, that's it.
yeah. So
Anything that does
so you
that,
can see
you
obviously
don't see that, you don't see that in TradFi ever.
no.
Not in
It's
six
quite an
months.
unusual. It's quite an unusual chart in that sense. I mean, it is looking really nice with how things are changing. Although it's going down slightly, it's still going up. And to be honest, if I was to put my support, it'd probably be around here, a 0.12,
Mhm.
as like it's like stop loss kind of thing. But it's
Yeah.
never really touched that for a very long time.
And it's still
Actually,
trending
no, this
up.
is from
And bro, in the 7 days, it's trending up 44%, 44.04%, 24 hours, 24.44%. Holy shit. And then for the
yeah.
past hour, 3.61%. So it's still trending upwards as well.
No, it is, yeah. So, I mean, from what I can see, it's definitely an uptrend. It's likely to go up again. But if I, in my opinion, I'd it can be a bit risky to buy some right now because you don't know if it's still going to keep going up. But if you do, this is not like financial advice at all. But if you to like, I think it is going to go down. Have a set percentage of how much you're willing to lose. Let's say like 20% or 30% or something.
It's typical.
As
Let's be
like,
honest. Let's be transparent before we start scaring people because it's not for people that are newbies. Listen,
yeah,
it is normal during a bull market, not financial advice. It is normal for there to be 15 to 24% corrections. What corrections means in this sense is that the market goes down 10, 15, 20%. Maybe it'll go up 50% one day, and the next day it'll go down 15%. This is normal. Not financial advice.
yes,
Do not sell. Do not panic sell because you will hate yourself. Everybody's gonna have to learn some way, but don't panic sell. So listen, Shiba Inu was struggling a few days ago between Stellar and Shiba Inu 13, 14, 13, 14. I'll go to sleep
yeah,
last night. I'm like, okay, this seems like we're gonna do this forever. I wake up in the morning. Obviously, the Indians love the Shiba Inu, right? When we're sleeping in America, it is what it is. So Shiba Inu is now
yeah.
at number 10. So remember, struggling 13, 14, 13, 14, oh, 10. F it. Um, Pull that chart up for me, please. I want to see the I want to see the past it was 3 weeks. What the heck's going on? If you could make any sense of this one too, because these are the fun ones. Because these are the ones that we can't explain. Obviously, XRP we can explain, right? News, technology. HBAR is so new and nobody's really using it. Besides Ghana, by the way. I should have said this before. That Ghana announced a few weeks ago that they're going to use HBAR for
Hold on a
their.
minute. This is interesting. So I'm literally just looking at the all-time price right now. So right now I can see the last time it was no. So it's not actually the last time it was this price
Hold on, hold on,
was
hold on.
literally
Hold on. Sorry, let me finish it. Let me finish the last point, so we're not all over the place. So I just want to finish
yeah,
HBAR.
sure,
We knew a few weeks ago with HBAR that the Ghana government was actually going to use it for their CBDC, central bank digital currency. So everybody's money is going to be on their phone, and they're going to be the whole country of Ghana. It's still a whole country of like a few million, maybe 20, 30 million people. I don't know. Look it up. but they're going to be using H bar. That's a lot of liquidity.
Yeah.
And the same day, what happened was that Canary Capital said they're going to launch an H bar ETF in the United States, which means are successful in the first quarter of next year or second quarter.
Mm.
People will be able to buy it. Traditional investors, those 60 and up people that watch 60 minutes, pun intended, on the stock market. And HBAR and Cardano are partnering up potentially to help with the United States presidential election in 2028 for basically elections on the blockchain. But that stuff was all 2, 3 weeks ago. HBAR went crazy a little bit, but it went really nuts in the past like 2 days. Maybe that was just a delayed response. I don't know. And anyway, sorry. So onto your point, you're looking at Shiba Inu now, right?
No, I was checking out Hedara there.
I'll go
But
back.
yeah, I
Sorry,
can
go
open
go
up
back.
the
Go back to HBAR and finish the
um.
point. Sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure that people
Yeah,
understood
sure.
before you know.
Yeah. So at the moment, obviously, what you saw from the 1 year's time frame, this was actually the all-time high as of right now. Um, but I want to compare that with like the bull run during 2021, when it was really big.
Yeah.
It ever was during September 2021 at 0.43 dollars per piece.
How much
So
was it per
like
dollar per piece per unit? How much was it?
per unit. So it's 0.43 as its highest ever price.
0.003.
And no, 0.43.
Okay, zero
Right
point four
now
three
it's
was this was this
zero
was this
point.
was this was this was this all time high? What the highest value I'd ever had before this month?
Yeah.
Oh, last month.
And in terms of the whole year right now, it's literally at its all-time high. But I just wanted to have a quick comparison of how long that lasted. So if we had that little thing during March period, where things pumped up very drastically there, um, just having a quick look. So January. So yes, I do actually see during altcoin season, it is likely because you can see here it does pump up quite a bit from January period, but goes very drastically from March to April time. Then it starts to die down in June, July period, and then starts slowly climbing up. But yeah, it pumped up to the very highest point was in September period in 2021. I'm not sure what events was happening during that period, but
Well, again, it's
it's
just
what like
H bar.
goes
At
up
least
to
again
more
for
than
now,
March.
what I can say because the thing was it's such knob. When it first came out, it was novel technology. The reason I bought it
Mm,
is I'm part of the crypto gang. Shout out to the Mohino Mara and everybody, the whole family, and Black Ram 313. And Black Ram
yeah,
313 was talking about like, oh, this is H bar is so cool. It's gonna be technology of the future. So I was like, you know what? I'll buy like 5 or 6 or maybe even 10 or 20,000 of these. You know what? It's like whatever.
mm,
There was 0.00 whatever. So I'm just like, hey, I'll buy it, leave it there. All right, you know how you do sometimes with crypto. Maybe it'll be worth something in like 10 years or something, and then oh, shut up. It's 122 now. But look, pull up the Shiba Inu
yeah,
because again, Shiba Inu is a meme coin. Now we have two meme coins now in the top 10 again. This has happened before. It's not the first time ever, but it happens every so often. Now we have Dogecoin at number 7. We have Shiba Inu at number 10. So Shiba Inu specifically, pull up the graph for the past. Actually, pull up the past year. Pull up Shiba Inu past year. Okay, I want you to see the spike in March.
CBE, you mean by?
Yeah, Shiba Inu. I want you to pull up the
Yeah,
where it was in March because I'm not gonna make you pull up the past 3 years because dude, if you pull up the past 3 years, that they were like at number 37 or something. Now it's in the top ten market replay by Del Crypto.
yeah,
But
it's literally top 11 right now. We're currently top 11.
it,
Yeah,
it it changes every like two
CBE.
minutes. It goes up to 10. That was 11. Now it's number 10 again. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just refresh it, it's number 10 or 11. Now it's number 10 still. But anyway,
Yeah. Okay.
look,
That
pull
makes
up the
sense.
1 year. I want you to see what happened last no December. It was really low, and then March it spiked up, and then it was really really down
Yes.
until like basically 2 days ago, and then it was spiked up again.
Yeah. So it's a very drastic point, and then obviously
Is
it's
that is
never the
that
same
is
after
that
that
top point
point.
March? Is that top point March right there? The first top point, the highest one.
That
That one
one
right
here.
there. Yeah, is that March?
Yes, March period. Yeah. So
Okay,
while
look
like
at look at that look
Bitcoin
at that
pumped
look at that
temporarily.
before. Look before that. I understand that all cryptocurrencies started going up because the Bitcoin ETF, but look at that steep climb. Why
Yeah,
would that
it's a
happen?
very incredible jump. Yeah, it just skyrocketed up there, and then it just happened right again. Then it went down, and then went to that point again. So it's basically once, even if as a trader, what I'd basically do is, if I have to find new tokens, just generally speaking, I find one that I think has like potential, and then when I see it like pump, I'd want to have an idea of how much I'm willing to take away, regardless of that. So whether it's like a 2x or a 4x, and if I then see it's gone up really really high, I'd want to set a certain point where I'm happy to take my profits then,
Uh-huh.
because sometimes it can be cases where it can drastically drop. But if it's a very good project, or well-known token like this one, it would only gradually drop. And even if you did it from this point where you just drop down, you're still going to make a profit from when you bought it, even around here on the 3rd of March.
Yeah.
So this could potentially happen again, because if you see on the
Well,
right side now.
also, not much advice. Sell in May and go away, right? I didn't, the AIDS, all that. They keep saying that even during bull market, not financial advice. It's good to sell
Yeah,
a portion of your profits. Like start DCAing out in April. So then, when traditionally speaking, past performance is not indicative of future performance. Traditionally speaking, it's good to
of course, yeah,
sell a lot of stuff in May and then buy back either in July or
yeah.
in early May, then buy back either in July or buy back in September, October. But
Yeah,
go
so
ahead, continue,
sometimes it
please.
can be, yeah, so yeah, you're right. So sometimes it can vary, all vary from like, each token and their past performances. But you're correct in like pointing out, saying it can be hard to sort of predict how it would perform over time periods, and that's why you have to check like this all-time high and stuff, as well as the previous years, because looking at it on a specific time frame only tells you the story within that area, and you can see the charts look completely different as to when you look at it from per week and per day. And so if you were to ever look at charts, it's always good to look at the various views of them. Obviously, in terms of like understanding what's actually out there, it does take time and patience to understand what's actually going on with these charts. But the more tokens that you research, the more that you start to see certain trends happening. And
And it takes
obviously,
years, right? It takes years to learn this
it
stuff.
takes a
I
very long
mean,
time.
and
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
never stop. In the real successful people will tell you that they could be wrong. Some of that my mentors in cryptocurrency, they tell me, listen, everything I'm telling you, all of our predictions, statistically speaking, I'm probably going to be wrong on every single one. You do your own research, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
These are people
And
that are much smarter than
even
us,
the
and
best,
we're just saying,
yeah, even the best of traders. I mean, I follow Ivan on Tech, and he says as well, do your own research. I might come up with like the best tokens ever, but you could actually find something even better than what I've proposed. But what he says is, look at the fundamentals of what I've learned, and try to apply it by doing your own research, by looking at the metrics that I've done. Um, and obviously, things like having a high market cap, what's it called, high trading volume, and the circulating supply. Those
yeah.
are good factors of what a token
And in the future,
makes
we're
it.
going to learn more about how that can be manipulated. But if then top 20, top 100, they're not manipulated. Those are pretty accurate
Yeah,
numbers. Usually, I
exactly.
mean, they all do a little bit of a manipulation. They add fake accounts and then they start trading in between the accounts using algorithms and stuff like that. But the top
Mm,
20 to top 100, even I would say top 200, are pretty safe bets. So there's something that before we get into the next topic, I want you to look at two tokens for me.
okay.
So we have in the top 10, we have two tokens that I need out of there. I do not want them there. I don't want to see them until the bear market. Number three, USDT Tether. Number eight, USDC, whatever that stands for. Those two have no during the proper bull market is popping off. Correct me if I'm wrong. When those two are out of the top 20 because people are not taking profits and they're not waiting on the sidelines, that means that there's nobody in stable tokens. Everybody's in the crypto market 100%. Is that a correct
Yeah.
analysis? Okay, so when can I expect to see again Tether, USDT, and USDC? When can I expect to see them out of the top 10 and out of the top 20?
Um, I'm just having a look at the categories on stable coins and USD stable coins. Let me just have a quick look at that one, just at the moment, and just seeing how it comes at us. So obviously, yeah, these, yeah. So it says for me, it comes up as top 9 and then top 3 for USDT. Yeah, they're not very relevant in that sense because obviously
They're
they're
not
meant to
relevant.
be
The
just
whole point,
stable
the only
coins.
reason, they're there for, it should be is for taking profits or people waiting on the sidelines for the probable market to switch into actual crypto projects that are
Absolutely,
making
yeah,
money and then switch back during the bear market. So tell me, when do you
yeah.
expect to see them out?
When I won't really see them anymore, like basically
No, no,
leave
no.
out
When
the
you won't see,
form.
when you will see them out of the top 10, which means people have their money into other crypto projects that actually make them money. When do you expect to see them out of the top 10?
To be honest, it would actually be quite hard to predict because I'm actually quite surprised myself in seeing that they are in the top 10 as of right now because you saw it yourself how well those other tokens have been performed. In my opinion, I think it's to do with this market cap. How a lot of people are taking their profits and just simply placing it in there. So it'll usually be out of this top 10, in my opinion, when people begin to invest into other projects which they believe will start to pump. So
Which basically
until people start
what you
doing
mean is
that,
what you mean is when we see the parabolic moves, because we haven't seen parabolic moves yet. This is just the crypto market having an upward correction because FTX and Sandbag went free, put us in a
yeah,
situation where we had a shortened one. So the prices that we're seeing now, again, correct me if I'm wrong, my opinion, maybe it's your opinion, maybe you have a different opinion. The prices that you're seeing now, these are the prices that we should have saw before. This is not this is not the bull market, like the proper bull market in the sense that, hey, we should have been here a couple years ago before we hit the bear market.
yeah,
Okay, 3.47. We just hit a new market cap. Congratulations again. We just hit a new high, 3.47. As you know on the group chat, I said that we need to hit 2.5 ASAP if we're going to hit 5 trillion, like Brad Garlinghouse had said, by the end of the
yeah,
year. But yeah, continue. You're surprised to see them in the top 10 right now because people are taking profits, in your opinion.
yeah. So I think it's just people are taking profits and just placing it into USDC and USDT because for this it's not really relevant because it just fluctuates between $1, like very small amounts. So that's not really relevant. So what you want to look at is the market cap. So let me have a look at this then. Oh, there you go. Here it is. Just as correct then, yeah. So it's all to do with the
I'm looking
market
along with you,
caps.
by the way. I'm looking along with you, but go ahead, continue.
Yeah. So if you look here, the past 3 months, the reason it's very performing very well is because of its market cap. So the more
Hmm.
people have their money inside of there, the higher it will go up onto the list. And right now, currently, the market cap is at $40 billion, and that includes this diluted value as well, but which doesn't really differentiate very much anyway, because it's a stable coin. But and obviously, it says the maximum supply of USDC is simply infinity, like it can be as high as you possibly want,
Yeah, I don't like
which
that.
is
I don't like stuff like that. Technically, the same thing with Ethereum and Solana, by the way. There's no set. Technically, there's no set amount. They can technically print as much as they want and retract it when they need to, strengthen the market, which I don't like. But go ahead, as you were saying.
yeah.
I
But
digress.
essentially, that's the reason why it's very high up right now because a lot of people are putting their market caps into the USDC once people sell it because well, when you have it in cryptocurrency, it's very hard, for the government to actually like to tax you on your profits and stuff. So people keep it safe inside of there and potentially into their cold or hot wallets. So it's not into its general exchanges.
Mhm.
And that's what I believe is actually happening at this moment, where people are happy with what they've got. They decide to just hold on to it, and then once they see another opportunity, they'll start selling it either straight to their bank accounts or to another altcoin in the top 20, maybe in the top 100.
I like that.
So
Listen,
yes,
that's good, but we're gonna have to get into the next topic because we got to go in the next 20 minutes because it's football night in America. Well, sorry, it's American football night in America. We have American
yeah,
football here today, as you know. So people are getting ready for actually right now they're actually showing the game of the week, which is 4 p.m. 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is happening right now. And then they have
yeah,
football night in America, which is Sunday night, in about a couple of hours. I forgot what 60 minutes actually is, but it's right after football or right before the football game. So on that note, Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, tonight, are we going to have a situation like with Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live and crash Dogecoin? Or are we going to have a situation where he's going to go on there and the people over 60, again, pun intended, are going to start aping into crypto tomorrow morning, into XRP specifically? Your call.
Um, yeah, so in my opinion, then it can go either way, but I think that the latter of the situation
Which
of
is
saying
what?
the second one that you're saying about the over
You
60,
mean a crash?
they might well, the crash. What was
You're
that
saying
again?
what?
I didn't
You have
quite.
to, you have to, you have to, you have to, you have to wait for.
I'm sorry. It sort of paused a little bit there. Could you say that statement again so I don't get it wrong? Because I was looking at the charts and
I don't
then
want you to say the former or the latter. I know you're very British and very proper. I want to put you on record. Is the price going to go higher, or are we going to have a crash because of Brad Garlinghouse's appearance in 60 Minutes tonight in the U.S.?
yeah. And what do you think he'll be talking about? That's what I'd like to know.
I'm not saying that. I'm
Yeah.
saying, what do you think is going to happen? Is XRP going to go up in price, or is it going to go down in price after his appearance?
Um, I'd say that it has the potential to go up in price because of his involvement in it. The fact that he's actually going out there like making more partnerships with other companies and stuff which is actually that
Well,
comes
again,
with
remember his
us.
appearance tonight is specifically about how the Fair Pack American PAC helped get politicians, Democrats and Republicans that are pro crypto elected, and helped get Trump specifically elected. That's what is going on there. Just kind of how that happened. Do you think that will
Yeah,
help the price of XRP when they say, "Hey, this is the CEO of Ripple, XRP. He had a hand in helping get President Trump elected on promises that he will make America the crypto hub capital of the world," and he got helped get all these politicians in the U.S. Congress elected so they can help write the policies that Trump will sign into power. Do you think that'll help XRP specifically? It'll help the crypto market. Look, long term, it's going to help. I'm talking about like in
yeah.
the next week or two, up until December 15th, when we see the ending, the tail end, maybe, not financial advice, of the Thanksgiving effect. Do you think it'll help the price of XRP or it will hurt the price of XRP?
I'd say that it would help the price of XRP, but you also need to consider as well that the early investors that have put in like thousands of dollars, they're waiting for other people to buy more into it, so that when they are ready, when once they meet the profit that they are looking for, it's likely they might actually sell it. Because at the moment with XRP, it's currently at an uptrend, but eventually there'll be a point where it will crash a little bit, but it'll still be at a decent price. But at the moment, I think it's going to go up until the holders decide to sell. That's in my opinion. So there may be some resistance in price.
Okay, Bitcoin to 100K or XRP to $3 first, and why? In USD, the whole world uses USD as a standard, by the way, so people know
Absolutely,
that.
yeah. And I'm perfectly fine with that as well. But the fact that it's literally number 3 in the world right now is actually very impressive. So if I have a look at the past 7 days, there is actually, hold on, let me show you. There actually is a good level of support from the past few days, from the past 7 days. Obviously, if you look at it from here, there is a fair level of support. So even if it goes up right now, it could potentially go to $2.5 in the next. In my opinion, that's what I believe could happen. Because or it could just simply stay at $2.25 and simply just stay a bit stagnant and potentially go lower there. It is quite hard to predict it, but like I was saying, the fact that I've seen so much growth in XRP is actually pretty impressive.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
it's
honestly,
actually
I don't
one
know
of
how
the
to
best
answer.
performing tokens right now.
I was already, I couldn't tell you if what was going to happen first. Because listen, all I know is that at least with the Bitcoin, what I think is happening. I talked to Fernando about this a couple of days ago. Is that people are saying, let's okay, we're getting to 990,000, what is it, $99,999. Let's
Yeah.
cash out before everybody else cashes out, and then the price drops. But anyway,
Oh
I
well,
gotta
hold
ask.
on a minute. So yeah, okay, that's interesting then. So the reason why it's gone so high up in price is because obviously it's this maximum supply and what's already here. So the fact that the total supply is about 100 billion and it's nearly that already, about 99 billion. Um, so yeah, there is like there is like, now that you mention it, I didn't actually quite realize that. Then now that you mentioned like the total supply, they've nearly run out of it. It's likely that the performance of it is not going to pump as much now because it's close to its total supply. But the closer it gets to the highest, is in terms of it nearly running out, the that more valuable it will also become as well. But as long as people are still holding its faith with XRP, it's very likely that it will overperform Bitcoin because it already has it. You can see it from the charts perspective. It's had amazing returns.
So what you're saying is yes, XRP will get to $3 before Bitcoin hits $100,000.
Um, I'd say $2.50. I don't know about $3, because it can be a bit of a push. But then again, it's kind of like a 50-50 thing, where can't really tell. But actually, if you look at in terms of
All right, I'll
its
flip a coin
trend
for
in
you.
terms of price,
Heads is yes, tails is no.
uh, heads
Tails,
for which
apparently
one?
no. What was no again? No means that it will not. So $3 RP, the gods have spoken. $3 XRP before $100 Bitcoin. The coin gods have spoken. All right, so last one.
Yeah.
Michael Saylor, you saw the 3-minute presentation, right? He was told he has 3 minutes to present to the board the Bitcoin strategy, the Bitcoin standard,
Hmm.
which has helped bring
Yeah.
his company from a no-name company essentially to, I think, top 20 in the world, just based on buying Bitcoin, holding Bitcoin instead of holding cash for the past 3 or 4 years. Because obviously, the
Yeah.
basement of cash currency, the white paper. So do you think that the Microsoft board, after that really good presentation, I think it was amazing, it was simple, and it was fast to the point. My style, I like that kind of thing. I don't like don't tell me an hour. I just need 3 minutes. I love 3-minute presentations. Like all my articles that I wrote, which by the way I've been correcting every single one of them thus far,
Mm.
which I wrote like stuff like a year and a half ago, and people are like, "Yo, what is this? Like you wrote this? Like you know this is gonna happen? This is it's happening exactly how you said it." I was like, "Of course, it's me." But anyway, not bragging. It is what it is. But I can I'm not a math guy, but I can analyze trends. I can analyze. I work in the I work with. I'm a lobbyist. Essentially, I work with government officials. I know what's
Of
going on in the
course. Yeah.
government. I know who's saying what. But yeah, Michael Saylor, what do you think of the effects of that is?
It's the fact that, like, if you look at the actual like influence overall with Microsoft, the fact that he's actually had the opportunity to go out there and present this presentation within like less than 5 minutes, the fact that he did it in 3.5 minutes, I mean, it's
Once again, it's
simple
very
and
impressive.
easy
When
to
he said that he didn't do
understand.
that, that's, as you know, the hardest presentations are like the shorter ones. Those are the hardest ones. The long ones are easy. You just
Absolutely.
say anything. When you have to fit, you have 3 minutes to fit it in. That's hard. But go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, for someone to be able to simplify it and get to the points and explain it such a way that everyone can understand it is like I said, is beyond like impressive. And it's like the fact that he believes that with the data and even the presentation, not just what he's saying, but how he's presenting it, it made it in such a way that, like, it can give Microsoft like faith into investing into Bitcoin. So they could actually be the next company that is going to invest into like hundreds of millions and maybe a few $1 billion into it. Because I'm not sure how much Microsoft makes, but I do know they're like a multi-million-dollar company. I don't know
No,
if
they're
they're
a
into the
multi-billion dollar
billions yet.
company. Billions. They're one of the big ones. Usually companies.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but usually companies that are worth like billions. Usually their profit per year is like using the hundreds of millions. Their valuations are much higher than their actual
Mm.
profits. Well, gross profits and then net profits. Usually use gross profits. It just looks better. And we can get to
Mhm.
EBITDA. We're not going to get into that. There's another kind of channel yet. We'll have a separate channel in the future where we get into more technical terminology and more mathematical things. But
Yeah.
anyway, for now, I'm gonna say this: financial. None of this we're saying is financial advice. We're people like you guys. We're just normal people. We just have a lot of time to research what we're doing. We've learned a lot. Anybody can do what we're doing. Anybody can analyze the way we're doing it. But we're doing it so a lot of people don't have to. So with that being said, so I'm gonna have you back either under two conditions. Bitcoin has to hit 100K, or we get to $3 XRP. When one of those conditions is met, I have people that are waiting in line. You and a few other people, I got to do shows live, 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 live. So with that being said, anything you want to say before you head out and you go to sleep and I enjoy football?
Of course, yeah. Yeah. So all I'd want to say is like always do your research and just make sure that you always have like an exit strategy when you think that things aren't going wrong. Don't always think that just because you invest in something, it's always going to pump up. Yeah, it's always going to be like a volatile market. But it's also the volatility is what causes people to make the immense profits. Um, but like I was saying, even so, if you want to have a stop loss, have an idea which price you want to sell it at, but make sure you do it the same with selling it too. And if you were to sell some of what you made, let's say for example, you to double your profits, what you can do is sell 50% of it, and then afterwards you simply break even, and whatever happens after that, if it performs well, then you're making more of your profits. But if you're losing it, then or lost all of it, you simply break even. But that depends on your risk strategy too. But yeah, that's what I want to
That being
say to
said,
everyone.
that sounds strong. Okay, so either I'll see you when Bitcoin hits
100K.
XRP hits 3K, or the whole market cap of the crypto market gets to 4 trillion. With that being said, upwards and upwards, and let's get it, brother. All right.
Yeah. See ya.